Ragnar Lothbrok lies dead in the Northumbrian dirt. Veins choked with Anglo-Saxon wrath and viper's venom. Revenge was swift. His sons laid waste to the British Isles, splintering the land and slaughtering all who opposed them. The Viking horde swept west, an insatiable force that brought Alfred the Great to his knees. But some men can only be pushed so far. The year is now 878 AD. Whilst Norsemen settle land they once pillaged, Alfred of Wessex seeks to unite the Isles under one banner. But here stand a new wave of the ambitious and hungry, ready to stake their claim to Britannia. Kings will rise. One will rule.
Yep, kings rise, rule, fall, trip over, fall down the stairs. They do whatever they like to do, those wacky old kings. Oh, yes. But this wacky old king, who isn't a king, is just a mere peasant, is sat here playing video games in his room, also known as Thrones of Britannia, the Total War saga that has only just come out. Has been out for a few days when this goes up, but hey, you get the idea. So, this is a long-awaited historical bit of content promised by the Creative Assembly. Since everyone was getting pissy that Warhammer was taking over, I'm just kidding. This is a game that's had love and affection and development put into it. It's been hyped up for quite a few weeks while Three Kingdoms dies in a corner and Norska's apparently about to rampage through the lands of the New World in Warhammer lands. But today we're off to Britannia, my home. A place where Vikings once pillaged and Saxons wanted to unite everything. The Irish were doing their thing, the Scots were also doing theirs, and that's where the Welsh, and then so on and so forth, really. And what are we doing today? Well, today we're not playing any campaigns. That's sad, but what's good is it's going to be a first impressions video, and first impressions are the menu's pretty because it's all this lovely traditional art that always gets my historical taste buds tantalised. But we are going to take a look like what we did with the other two Warhammers. We're going to do some first impressions by playing a couple of battles. Do a few against the AI, and then I might see if I can pull one off against a random dude on the internet. And also we'll just have a little look through the factions we have. So for those of you who don't know, this game is actually built off the same engine as Attila, a game which I have yet to play actually. But it's got all sorts of interesting cool things. So, you know, we've got a few factions. We've got Cicerin, Dyflin, East Angle, Gwynedd, Mead, Meas, Normounds, Norse, Northumbria, Stratcult, Sudere, and West Seax. So, I'm not sure which one of my players. I think West Seax might be my kind of people, because then I'm playing more towards the people of Middlesex or Northumbria, but that's more Viking. So I think I'm going to play as West Seax, my first ever little play around, and yeah, we're going to just really get into it. And we'll fight the Northumbrians, we'll fight the Vikings. As you can see, we've got all sorts of cool areas on the map as well. I mean, this is cool. I guess I get to pick my location. Oh, this takes me back to my days of Rome Total War. I'm still playing Rome Total War right now, but if this is the case, then I'm going to love playing the campaign on this. I know there's a big argument in the lands about, you know, should we go for the preset campaign maps, you know, the ones that are handcrafted, or should we just generate them off the actual, you know, the Total War map or whatever you want to call it. I kind of like this preference where you can just, you know, where it's, you know, you have to strategically pick where you want. So we're going to fight in Oxnaforda, also known as Oxfordshire, where there's a couple of hills kicking around. Or nah, actually no, we should fight more towards the north, shouldn't we? Fight in the moors, couldn't we? In Kefra. No, we're gonna fight in God's own country. We're gonna do it in Yorkshire, also known as Ketefra, because apparently we haven't called it Yorkshire yet. So, trying to find out where my little hometown is as well. Where's my little land? Where's my little? We've got Dunholm. I mean, Babenberg as well. Don't know where Geordieville is. Oh well, we're gonna fight it somewhere in Yorkshire, so also known as Gavera. So yeah, we're gonna really just have a little play around. I mean, this is gonna be like my initial little battle. So settings, we are gonna have large funds because I'm just pretty much gonna play it as default. Spring, day, dry weather. I'm gonna do this one on normal difficulty just first time around, just to get a little feel for the rope, see how this game plays out. Just to, because, the combat has been tweaked quite a bit, we're now in the age of the shield. It's not like Rome, where it was, the age of a big old pikey spear phalanxy formation, or Warhammer, it was the age of just shove magic up the other person's ass, but no, here it's the age of a shield. Everyone has a big old round shield and a big old nasty axe to smash it all up. But there's also some other cool stuff under the engine that we might have a look at as we play around. Here's some unit info, by the way, about the units I haven't selected. We're going to start off with a general for our army. So we have a choice of the Royal Companions, who are pretty good but have terrible armour, or the Royal Bodyguard, which are pretty pricey, but at the same time they seem to have excellent spotting. This is a new one to me. I don't know what that means. I'm guessing that means they're just good at seeing things. They also have a good missile block chance and pretty nice morale, so I will go with that. I've also got the general skill type, so this is something that's a bit new to me as someone who hasn't really played Rome 2 or Attila. So we can actually assign an ability to our generals. So we can give them Rally, Bulwark, Surge, Taunt, and Warcry. I'm going to play it a bit like Rome Total War, so I'm going to go over a Rally one. So basically, where the general I can basically use it to get some bonus morale. So yeah, we're going to have a little flick through the West Siax roster, see what we've got to play with. It's looking like we're a bit of a spear faction today. So we've got Carol Spears, Feared Spears, Militia Feared Spears, Select Feared Spears, Militia Select Spears, Figgin Spears, Earl Spears, and Mailed Spears. Ooh, they sound like the big dog's biscuit. We've also got access to Siax Warriors, Mailed Siaxes, Feggans, Earls Feggans, Mailed Feggans, and the Royal Feggans, even though they have apparently have poor armor, which is a bit odd, but oh, that's kind of cool with me. In terms of axes, we've got a nice little thing of Carol axes, Field axes, Long axes, Mailed axes, Huskarls as well, or the Royal Huskarls, so I guess we're taking a little bit of inspiration from the Vikings. So the archers, we've got, Carol, Feared, Militia Feared, Select Feared. Definitely going to get a few archers in my army. I am a bit of an archer person overall. And I've kind of missed having archers since I've been playing a Carthage campaign on Rome Total War. You don't even get any archers. So I'm guessing that means they're tier as well, unit tier. So could go with something a bit tier 2 just to save some money. So we could go with some Feared archers. They're not really good against armor targets, so I guess these are guys really good for bringing down basically the main bulk of the enemy. So I'll put 4 battalions in. That should be enough. Actually, no. Yeah, 4 battalions. That'll be enough to probably provide some a nice screen of arrows to keep the enemy in a really nasty place. In terms of skills, we've got Carol Javelins and Feared Javelins. I think Javelins could actually be kind of useful for us. We've also got some melee cavalry, Scout horses, Feggan horses, Earls horses, and Mailed horses, and a catapult as well. I won't go with artillery today, but I'm definitely going to get some nice cavalry. I'm going to get some Mailed horses. Our general's a foot guy, it seems. Getting some horse. I mean, we're going to need a cavalry spot, so I'll get 2 units of Mailed, and I think I'll go with maybe 2 units of Feggans, who seem to be just nice average cavalry, and also actually counter cavalry as well, so that's actually quite nice, having counter cavalry that isn't a camel. Actually, all these are counter cavalry. Alright, I like that idea. Counter cavalry, so they should be able to keep the enemy in check, but they will have a randomly generated army, by the way. So what else do we have? We need a couple of swords to make up the main body of my army. I guess we could go with Earl Feggans, or Mailed Feggans. I think we'll go with Earl's Feggans. Seem to have good spotting, good missile block chance. By the way, there's going to be a lot of strategy to this army, by the way. I'm just kind of putting in what I think's going to look cool. Because, this is my first message, And I find my favourite way of getting to know a game is really just having a good old play with it, Just get in there, see what we can do, what we can learn. I'm that kind of dude. I like to just blast my way in and have a go. Anyway, well, let's round this roster out with 2 units of Militia Select Spears, just to try and, provide some extra bulk to the army. And I think that's all we're going to do, really. So, yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, we've got a couple of spears, plenty of swords, nice selection of archers, and a bit of cavalry as well as our general. So I think that might be enough to put up a little bit of a fight against the enemy. Northumbria will have a randomly selected army, so blah 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 blah. I didn't even bother upgrading on my dude, so how long I stay in combat is a bit of a mystery, but oh well. Let's just say we're here for the visuals today, how about that? So let's have a little look. So my first battle on Thrones of Britannia. Oh, I've been looking forward to this all week, if I'm honest. This is a highlight of my week. So let's just get right in there and see if West Seax can drive off the Northumbrian Vikings, who may one day evolve into Geordies. And the madman will often tell the truth by the way, according to some Nordic proverb. Still, I've got a nice army. They're probably outnumbered me though. Notice I've got a selection of spears, swords, axes. They look like a big axe guy actually. A couple of archers. Quite a bit of cavalry as well, but alright, my cavalry will stop them as we fight in a rather hilly tree area. So, yeah, randomly selecting my area on a battle map could probably be my downfall, but oh well. I think, you know, sometimes it's fun to roll the dice and see what's going on. Has anyone else been looking forward to this game, by the way, or are people just waiting for news on what Three Kingdoms is going to be like? Because apparently that is going to be out later this year as well. 2 first impression videos in 1 year, apart from also all the Warhammer DLC I'll cover. I love Total War, I really do, but I don't play it enough. That's going to change, bro. I'm going to definitely try and shift this channel more into a Total War frame of mind as time goes on. Probably also as my career goes on, because work will probably like strangle all my time for random stuff, so yeah. But oh well, that's all stuff for another day. Let's get into a battle. I wonder if general speeches are a thing again, or maybe not. I swear to God, my loading bar just went backwards for some reason. That's concerning. I hope it isn't like a thing this game's planning to have happen. Oh wait, now we can just... Oh, we can also just have a cheat and look, see what we've got. So we've got like Danelaw spears, blah 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 blah. I'm not going to bother looking at it, because you know, I just want to get in there and have a bit of fun. That's what, I mean, that's what games are for really, isn't it? It's for fun, for fun, for fun, for fun. Caper for my frivolities and all of that. Still. Looks like actually the map I was given wasn't as bad as it thinks. It looked. It's a lovely looking map actually. I mean, look at all these lovely flowers and grasses. They were definitely right when I said this is going to be the most detailed map ever for Total War. I mean, the campaign map I assume will be absolutely chocker-blocker with all sorts of amazing little things. I have been intensely watching the videos being put out by Total War on YouTube, but oh God, this is this is lovely looking. I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, far cry from what Rome Total War was, isn't it? I mean, I've gotten used to Rome Total War, where we're lucky really if we even have the grass rendered, but yeah, and also the trees are sensibly proportioned as well. But, oh, this is just beautiful. So in terms of where the enemy's going to deploy, it's going to be a bit of a mixed bag. I'm going to assume I'm going to deploy around here today. I am on the offense as well, so it's up to me to take the line to the enemy. So let's get our army ready and just start putting stuff down, and also get to know the men really, inspect the troops. So we'll start off with a nice front line of swords. So we get these guys ready in a somewhat wideish formation, and I'll just gang them up. I'm honestly still not used to this new UI that the newer Total Wars use, by the way. I'm still very used to the Rome Total War one, so if I am sodding it up, then please. But oh, a lot more group controls. Group, create selection group, AI group. Oh, better AI control, right. But yeah, so these are the, what are these? The Earl Fegans. I like the look of these guys, armed with a Christian cross on their necks. I love some of these helmets. They look straight out of Mountain Blade. If Mountain Blade had more selection, what I could wear on my fucking head. But yeah, these guys. I think these guys are gonna do the job just fine today, or they will just bugger it up. But you know what? These look like guys who are ready for a good old fight. Actually, even left one out, but this is actually my royal bodyguard. So the royal bodyguard will just be a little ways behind, providing moral support. I'm not gonna try. I mean, as you can see, they look a little better, but you know, I've got slightly better armor, better helmets, and really, they're just ready for the fight, really. But I'm gonna try and not let them get too much involved. I'm trying to work out which one's the general. I'm assuming he's the handsome dude in the red cape, but he could be anyone for all I care. He's one of these guys, and if he dies, then I'm fucked. Unless he's just the guy. Well, actually, no, he would be the unarmored dude with the flag, wouldn't he? That'd be quite suicidal. Maybe it's actually the guy in the yellow cape, because there's only one yellow cape dude. Yeah, you're the general by default. It is you who shall lead my armies. Well, it's really me doing all the bloody work, because it's muggins over here. Right. Select militia spears. You're going to be like how I treat Iberian infantry in my Rome campaigns. You're going to be sort of like my support unit today. I'm going to try and use you on an ad hoc... But, oh my god, look at all these formations! Oh, ho, ho! This is getting deep. Right. You lot form up, by the way. General, if you just want to back up a little bit. Enemies beware, by the way, because I'm going to fuck them up. Looks like I actually made a nice choice on using the select militia spears here. They've also got pretty good armour on. So, yeah. The only thing is, I guess since I have no unarmoured units, if the Viking archers are probably going to hack me up into little pieces. But then again, I have archers to try and detract all their other units. So, archers, let's get you into a formation as well. So, I'm going to try and keep you in one block formation. I'm going to kind of just block it up today. Range isn't too bad on them, but I'm going to try and put you up front. Just because I want to try and get some fire on early. So, you guys line up. I didn't really go for the expensive archers. So, yeah, these guys are the cheaper unarmoured guys with very nice hats. And some of them looking like they could really run for the fucking throne in Tudor times, but okay. So let's group you up as well, and you know, so let's see what we've got. We've got fire at will, skirmish mode, flaming shots, or standard shots. So the standard shot it's pretty alright. It actually has some very minor armor piercing damage. There's also access to flaming shots, which is good for morale impacts, but less armor piercing damage. Really good for taking down lightly armoured enemies and buildings, but yeah. Also does less damage. So yeah, I have had a very long day at work. This game is not already boring me, but I assume also there's probably going to be a little bit of an accuracy penalty going on there. Right, Fegan horses. I'm going to put you in one formation here. You're going to do some counter-cavalry work, but I'm also going to use you a bit more for the... Actually, no, because the mailed horses are going to be used for the counter-cavalry work. Fegan horses, you are going to... I do apologise on my pronunciation as well. Maybe it's Fane horses, but I'm going to keep calling them Fegans. You guys will just be for really trying to maybe knot up some enemy cavalry or try and do some little bit of damage to the enemy formations. We've also got wedge formations as well, which gives us basically a bigger and harder hit, so that's pretty cool. It's a wedge formation Rome Total War usually did fuck all. I don't know why I'm comparing this to Rome Total War, by the way. A game that is now about 15 years old, but it's because it's the one I've been playing the most recently. That's where it's going to be my point of comparison. And then you lot, yeah, you lot also form up. There we go. So I've got these guys already up. So I think I'm going to try and just march in a standard formation and see what happens this time around. But I would like to see some of the formations we do have to choose from. So what do we have? We have, you know, lines, double lines sorted. So these are like our standard ones. But we also have the shield wall, which basically puts the spears on the fence. We also have a Skaldborg line, which is a solid line of melee infantry with missile units behind. So I think it's like auto formation. And then Zwingfield King, which is sword axe infantry, lead the line with wider units behind, so it's like a big old wedge. Right, cool. And we can actually make the shield castle as well, which means we immobilise the unit, but gives us a considerably larger chance of blocking missiles, which I guess is pretty cool. I think a formation to that, the shield castle, was actually used during the Battle of Hastings as well to try and keep the Normans at bay, because, you know, while people do say it was William and Conqueror coming over and basically, you know, shitting up our armies, he actually had to put in quite the effort for his fight. It wasn't all going Mr. William's way, but we'll do that another day. I wonder actually if... I don't know, I think it was hinted that William at some point may invade your ass, but yeah, I don't know if that's going to be a thing in this game. Anyway, let's start the battle, see how we go, and have some killing! And also not yawn to death, because people like me should not be working 10-hour shifts at work, but I don't learn. Anyway, glory allegedly awaits for the enemies. Right, so we're going to start moving our formations forward. So, lads, if you could just get yourselves... start to move up. The Vikings are over there. I don't care if they're Northumbrians. I'm going to keep calling them Vikings because I know they're bloody Vikings. They've got those Viking beards on. I know what they look like. I love that leather armour, my lad, by the way. That reminds me of a chair I used to have. Got quite a few spears as well. They've definitely gone for a bit more of a varied approach from me. But then again, this is a randomly generated army, so obviously they're going to have all sorts of random shit to work with. Because I'm very nasty to the AI. But at the same time, this could also be my undoing. Still, I've also got plenty of cavalry. Well, I've got a bit of cavalry watching us. Looks about the same level as our Fegans, really, because they are Fegans, so yeah. Probably if we try and pit our Fegans against each other, it's probably just going to be a half and half fight, really. So it might be an idea if we do have the Fegans fight the Fegans, but I'll have the Spears also try and join the mix. So let's get everyone else moving up as well. So let's get all our units just moving up, making our line near the trees. We're not under fire just yet from the enemy archers. My archers still aren't quite reaching. So archers, I want to take a position in the forest and get ready to try and hit. I'm going to start splitting up our Thanes. It is Fegans, so I do apologise. So Thanes, we're going to try and make sure we've got the flanks of our archers covered. Just like so. And I'm going to put you into a new formation. So you guys make that formation. You guys make a new formation here. And then you will just be the additional guard, like, because you are the spare Fegan. Oh wait, you are the spare Fegan. Right. Anyway, archers are opening fire. They are starting to hit everything they can. I'm not sure what we're quite hitting though. So archers, what are we aiming for even? Like, are we aiming for the Huskarls? They would be actually a fantastic type. They are making a shield castle as well. Right, archers, focus fire on these Huskarls because they are just using two-handed weapons and trying to hit the Danelaws as well. May as well hit anything that doesn't have a shield. That's going to be the best thing you can hit. And I do have arrow trail switched on because I haven't really cleared with the options yet. This is literally my first time opening this. I love the sound of the... Listen to that. I love the sound of the arrows just bouncing off chainmail. That is such a lovely noise. I mean, it's not a noise I'd actually ever thought I'd hear, but yeah. Right, guys, we are being hit. Tell you what, I've got an idea. Make a shield castle. Let's try and get one of those babies up and running. So, make a shield castle. Block their arrow fire. We're gonna play a war of attrition with these guys. You guys aren't being hit so hard, so you guys can survive for now, because it looks like the enemy archers actually are just on the other side of the battle. So, for now, made a shield castle, so that should keep our numbers in check. It looks like it is working. I'm happy with that. Right, archers of my own, how are we doing? Some of them are being hit by enemy archers. That is completely understandable. How are we doing against those Huskarls though? It looks like they are starting to drop their numbers. We've managed to kill just nearly 30 of them, so I like where that's going. And they're actually only tier 1 elite axes, so they're not even that great. So maybe I'm wasting my time against them, but at the same time, I kind of want to target these guys because those axes, they're going to be damage dealing units. So, ooh, he took one right to the eye. He went down like a man I know called Harold Godwinson. But yeah, I want to try and bring down anything that looks like it's going to basically smack up my man. Because since I lack axes, I want to try and keep that part of the battlefield even, because they're going to be using them to basically blow up all my armour. So probably getting rid of these guys is probably going to be the best thing in the world for me. Looks like we've got the horrible old pagans things on there, by the way. And oh, you're very shocked, aren't you, that your men are dying next to you, but you know, not going to move. Oh, you just look at, oh god, did my mate Ricky get shot? Oh well, his mate did get shot. You gonna die, dude? There we go, he died. Right. Still, the enemy is just happy to sit around and take this. One of my archers
have lost the will to fight.
Right, some of my archers are beginning to rout. Yeah, the enemy is routing, but that's only because one of my archers can be bothered fighting. So you know, how are you doing, by the way? He is still remaining in the. He's still remaining in the fight. That's all right. And actually, these archers did come back. So you know what? They didn't rout. So archers, try and get in there. Looks like the Vikings are beginning to move around now. So that's going to be issue for us to deal with. But for now, ooh, there goes another one. That is going to quickly become my favourite dying animation. Whoever just like go, oh, fuck. Oh wow, did he take one into the gentleman's area? He took two in there, one for each bollock. Oh, but yeah, that is going to become my favourite dying animation. It's just like, oh, for fuck's sake, I've died. Right, anyway, guys, you keep doing that. I mean, it's better than my dying animations on Mountain Blade Warband, where it's like, fuck's sake, someone cheated against me on a multiplayer again. So I swear to God, people cheat on a multiplayer. How are we doing over here? Right. Taking a few losses, but it looks like the Shield Castle so far has actually done us a lot of good. The only issue is we're immobile, so we need to find a way to get those archers distracted. So tell you what, cavalry, let's have a little movie around, and we're going to see if we can do something to try and alter the situation. Archers, you're doing fantastic, by the way. Just keep it up. I am aware that ammo is now beginning to get a little low, but I wanted to try and... I mean, I know it's not the most thrilling battle in the world to watch, but this is what I like to do. I like to use my missiles first before we engage with the axes in the melee, because that's where we have a lot of losses. So the more we try to break, the better. But it looks like some of them are beginning to move around. I don't know what these... I'm guessing those ex-mercenaries are threat level and not that, oh my god, they're gonna fucking berserk or something. Because, yeah. I wonder if Vikings do berserk. I mean, like, probably not all of them. Oh, we're having a bit of a fight here, by the way. The mailed guys did get spotted by the Danelaw mailed horses, right? It's 2-on-1, and we are counter-cavalry, so I expect victory out of you two. It looks like we are taking a few losses. These guys aren't doing too well, but we might be able to bring it over, though. This is not exactly the most thrilling horse fight I've ever seen in the world. It's a bit more like they're trying to just work out what the shit they're doing. But right, guys, try and get a plan together and deal with the enemy. I'm going to try and bring a unit of Fegan Spears over to help you. So where are my Fegans? Right. One of you, try and get over here and see if you can help out. I know it's going to be a bit of a hike, but you know what? Tell you what, horses, try and pull out of that fight. I don't want you just sitting around there and like getting wrecked, because you haven't really taken too many of those guys down. Try and pull them towards our spears, which I'm going to try and set up nearby. So, spears. Guys, keep moving by the way, because I don't want to have a big penalty for being attacked in a big old backside. Right. Spears. Get yourselves over here. And then we might be able to bring the enemy. I mean, I don't want them to basically spot my Fegan swords. Oh, thanks. I'm going to keep saying Fegan, aren't I? But, yeah. Pulled in for a charge there. It looks like it wasn't too disastrous for me. These guys aren't doing too well, but basically, spears, I want you in here. Cavalry, get ready. In a 3, in a 2, and a 1. Get yourselves out of that fight. Spears, tag in. There we go. Get a lovely spear charge in there. Bang, 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 bang. You guys are not doing too well. I'm going to put this in slow motion as well, just because I want to see some guys get wrecked. I don't know if there's going to be like a blood DLC or a blood option for this game, because, you know, in Total War tradition they make you pay for the fucking blood, but, oh, he went down, Sonny Jim. Well done, me, right. Also, this is just good for some general micromanagement, because it looks like the Vikings are coming. Right. And coming they are. Right. Archers. Let's get you. You guys are pulling back. That is fantastic. Right. Swords. We need to get you in this fight now. So, you lot, pull in. Hit them on the flank. You've got a perfect opportunity to flank here. Yes, I am cheating through manipulating the time-space continuum. You guys, standard formation. That isn't standard formation. Pull in. Looks like we're gonna try and basically pull this one into a different direction. Looks like our spears did their job, by the way. We managed to push that cavalry away from us. Right, weaker cavalry, go see what you can harass that isn't basically just hanging around. Archers, I'm going to recommend you try and just make a run for it at this point. Try and reform over here. I've got my swords now pulling in, trying to hit the enemy on their flank. Some of these units are high threat though. Looks like the Danelaw guys and not to be trifled with. Either way, we need to try and get in there. General, where is my general? He is also in the fight right now, right? Guys, oh, this is not going to work out well for you, it seems, but I want you to try and do what you can against them. They are at a higher tier, so that is why they are going to do better, but it's alright. Where am my cavalry at? Where's my mailed cavalry? They are nearby, right. Mailed cavalry, if I can see you, I'm not brilliant with the camera. Get yourselves over here. I want you to do a classic hammer and anvil against these enemies. Spears, get ready to hold out against the middle, because we've basically created a black hole in this battlefield. Now, Royal Bodyguard, I want you in and I want you helping out. Only pick on units that you can beat, though. Last thing I need is for you to randomly die. Vegans, please help out. Right. Cavalry. Big old back charge in these guys. General is under attack because I've put him under attack, so yeah. Still, guys, do what you can against the guy with a big old gaping mouth there. He's going, loves me a little battle. Cavalry is going in. They're smashing right into the back of those Danelaws. And I don't know what that's quite doing for their morale. That is not doing a lot, actually. So it's not exactly what I wanted, but at the same time, it looks like it might start to push them to the edge, hopefully. Actually, yeah, they're beginning to lose. Excellent. Cavalry, keep the pressure upon them. I think we've broken them. Fantastic. I want to say the unit banners aren't exactly fantastic in this game. It is a bit hard to see who is who. I wonder if there's an option just to bring back the traditional unit banners. I mean, I know they're a bit distracting at times, but at the same time, I just love traditional unit banners. But well, I'm not going to use that to hold against anything. Right, hit those Danelaw axes. You guys, I want to try and see if you can take down those enemy scout horses. I think we may be able to win this one. It's still good. It's still going to go either way, but I think we've actually onto a good one here with the Vikings getting aggressive against us. We managed to pull them into an area where I'm fighting more on my terms than the enemies, because now we're able to put multiple units on. We can just apply maximum pressure to the enemy. We are taking a couple of losses across the board, but we haven't lost anything serious. And actually, I don't think we've actually had any routes yet. We had some archers route earlier, but they did come back. So far, we've maintained a nice level of discipline among the troops. Archers, I want you to reform here and make a new group. Try and reform a little smarter than that, though. Because we do have some ammunition left. Or, well, we have barely any ammunition left. But
flee before our might.
They do flee before our might. The enemy is not brave at all. Right. Swords, by the way, I'm going to get you all back in one formation if I can. It's kind of going all everywhere right now. So I'll tell you what, disband your groups if I can. Basically, yeah, disperse the formations, make a new formation. Let's get ready for round 2 against these guys. I do see the enemy generals having a lurk around as well. He's lurking in a unit of warlord companions. Right. Where do my scouts go, by the way? They are over here. Where are you guys? Are you playing invisible? Right. I think they're trying to hide. Right. Got some Fegans and some scouts. Right. Try and hit those scout horses while they're separated from the group. I am a little worried that the Thane horses are going to try and hit you there. But you do outnumber, so if we can try and push those guys into a route quickly, it might work. Otherwise, I've kind of just thrown you away, which is a bit of a disastrous tactic for me. Right, anyway, enemy archers are still trying to do what they can against us because, well, their archers haven't really had much of a turn. I want to put some pressure on those archers. I don't really want to be fighting enemy archers. I'm not interested in them. So archers of my own. I don't even know where the enemy archers are. Yeah, I'm going to say it right now. These unit banners are not making life very easy for me because it's a bit harder to see where things are, and it's actually like in Warhammer, it kind of just gave you a quick overview of what unit type was basically running over to smack you in the face. Guys, looks like you did very well against those scout horses. I think you pushed them out. I mean, they have come back, but keep doing what you're doing, because what you're doing is the right thing. Right. Horses, keep this flank covering. I think we've got some Vikings trying to look for an opening. You lot, hit the Danelaws. You'll be able to take those guys. They're just weak spears. I mean, they are the law of the Danes, but we're also wearing a weird wicker chair arm, so yeah. That makes me think of the smell of my granddad's house. By the way, if you think I'm being all patriotic and English and shit, I'm actually a dirty traitor because I'm drinking Swedish cider as I play this, so yeah. I'm actually more Scandinavian today, but I don't even know what the Swedish cider is. Does Sweden have lines? Because this is slime strong slime, so my Aldi didn't have anything Danish though. I love Danish cider, that is some shit. Right. Select militia spears. Let's keep this fight going. I think at this point we're beginning to put the Vikings into a breaking point. Guys, you've done fantastic. I know I'm running you around the battlefield like loopy-loo today, but I think we've got this at the point now where the Vikings are going to break imminently. I know they're Northumbrians, I know they're bloody Geordies, but I'm going to keep calling them Vikings. I don't do terminology today. I've been at work all day today, and if you do want to know, the head office of my company is actually in Geordie land, so yeah. Did you guys manage to make some bloody fucking archers were out? Oh wait, you are archers, so yeah. You actually feared archers as well, or fired archers, or you know, I'm going to call you feared archers because you are feared. Anyway, cavalry, they're coming in now for the big old back attack, so boom and kaboom kaboom. The Vikings are just like, oh my god. I mean, there we go, knocked him right off his balance. Look a little old to be a fighter there, my long axe friend, but oh, there he goes. Knocked right off balance. We managed to hitting him right nicely and hardly. General, are you even playing today? No, he's just hanging around. He's waiting for his move. General can do his rally, by the way. General, I'd keep the men rallied just in case. I want to just, just say to them, guys, keep up the good work. That's what I want to say to my men. Keep up the good work. The Vikings are imminently going to rout now. Got some of my archers also trying to hit them in the back. Tell you what, archers, because you're out of ammo, come in. I know what these Northumbrian Thanes. They're going to be a bit of a threat to you, but they are losing stamina. So I think you could come in, hit them with your swords, and you just put on that little bit of extra pressure that might just overload them into a rout. So see what you can do there against them. Horses, you're doing great. I am a little worried that there is a big group of Danelaw spears lurking nearby. So let's try and get you into fights that avoid them and try and maybe push you more towards dealing with these Thanes over here. They would be a smarter choice of unit for you to attack. Looks like some Vikings are pushing through our formation. Right, Thane spears, I think you can hold them off there. Do what you can, and just do what you can really. So yeah, there we go. This is a bloody fun battle, isn't it? This battle's lasted over 15 bloody minutes, and it's just like, it's a battle of stages really. I mean, we've had the missile stage, we've had... Oh, he kicked the bucket, but I don't get the nice little cutscene of him falling off his horse, really. Oh. I'm not really moaning, but if I'm honest, I always take great pleasure in watching the general fucking die. Because then I just know the bastard isn't going to haunt me ever again. Alright guys, looks like we're really socking it to the enemy now. Maybe it's only because I'm playing on medium difficulty, but you know what, bloody it. I need at least one battle where I can just get to know my foe, get to know what's new. Oh, and it's a victory! Oh ho ho! What? Uh-oh, did we not get a rating? Oh wait, maybe it's when I end the battle. Guys, good job. We've seen off the Northumbrians. We can probably remove the Danelaw and bring English rule to Yorkshire. And then we'll campaign for sovereignty of our own and make our own country of Yorkshire. And that guy apparently has nothing left as a runaway. Oh, you guys defeated. Oh, dear. If it helped you, you could always shove that sword in yourself, and then I won't have to deal with you in a further battle, but that's just my advice. Either way.
I knew you had it in you.
Yeah, I had it in me. Good lads. Bloody good lads. Good battle. We are very victorious. So let's end that battle. Decisive victory. Nice. I will take that. I will have a decisive victory. I might actually save this one as well for posterity, because you know what? That's my first ever battle. So first ever battle. You gotta save your first ever battle, haven't you? Especially your first ever victory. So there. That's why I'm making a little save of it. Just for my records, maybe I can make, I don't know, an anime music video out of it one day. Right, so there we go. So the battle lasted 18 minutes in all. And, well, actually, the numbers do say it. I took a very decisive win there. It was 145 deployed against 1,830. My losses were actually at the bare minimum of 292. The enemy lost shed loads of units and, well, leave with very little. I mean, yeah, their kill kit. I'm hoping the difficulty hasn't, like, bullshitted the stats or something, but maybe I just played well. I mean, my god, this guy bringing 218 kills. The swords, these guys, I mean, look at some of the promotions that we're getting as well. I mean, these guys are good. Even my scout horses, they were doing good. My elite horses, very good. Archers bringing barrels of kills. I mean, I'm hoping the difficulty isn't just like lying to me, but oh wow. What's this number, by the way? What's this number? Oh, number of men. So I'm guessing this is what men I have, men remaining. Well, whatever. Look, either way, bloody good performance, man. You really did it for me. I mean, I think we just had a good time of just drawing the Vikings into a trap, really. But now we'll play it the other way. So we're gonna basically now see what happens if we're the ones taking the battering. We'll play as a different faction. So let's go to Wales with Gwynedd, and we will fight against Mears. And let's fight somewhere in the land of Wales. So eeny meeny miny folk, Brecon Beacon sounds like a fun place to go. Except we're gonna go to Lancars, but this is like Brecon Beacons is like an actual thing. Like, is that I think that actually might be a preset battle, maybe. Tell you what, I'll fight just next to Brecon Beacons, so I will fight it in Dunafir. So yeah, we're gonna be in Dunafir today. It's gonna be very foresty actually. So yeah, that's interesting. They actually decide what direction the enemy comes from. So the attackers will come from the east today. That sounds quite appropriate. And yeah, let's just set up another army and get ready to go. So in terms of horses, we've got the access to Teolu Cavalry or the Royal Teolu Cavalry. So basically one is better than the other. So we'll go with Royal Teolu as my general. I'll give him the rally ability again because I like that. Let's have a little look and see what the Welsh can offer us, or the Gwynedds can offer us. So we have access to the Welsh Levy Spears, Cantref Spears, Valley Armoured Spears, Valley Mail Spears, Royal Spears, and Teolu Guard Spears. Swords looks like it's an area that lacks for Wales. We've got Welsh swords, Welsh armoured swords, and Welsh mailed swords. So yeah, pretty basic. Axes, we've got access to Levy axes, Welsh axes, armoured axes, and mailed axes once more. Yeah, looks like that isn't really... It's something Wales has, but it's not something Wales specialises in. Bows, however, we've got Welsh archers, Welsh hunters, Hellweir, and longbowmen. I guess we don't have Sapphire or Rifleweir, but okay, we'll have some longbows. I wonder if these are the only guys to actually get longbows, but yeah, I would love maybe 3 units of longbows to keep the line held. Definitely gonna get some javelins as well. So we've got access to Levy javelins and Welsh javelins. We'll go with some nice standardized Welsh javelins because I mean these guys already don't really have a lot going for them in terms of stats. We may as well just go for the better one. Actually, I also has to war dogs. Not really too sure how I'm going to use them in a defensive capability, so maybe not this time. No skirmisher cavalry, however. Then again, I'm guessing that isn't really much of a thing in these parts. But got access to scout horses, horse raiders, horsemen, Uchelweir, and Royal Uchelweir. So yeah, Royal Uchelweir, expensive, but they'll be worth it. But I'll back them up with some Welsh horses as well. They may have poor armor, but might be good for chasing away a few units. Definitely going to need like a line of swords as well. Maybe a line of spears. I think spears are going to be good for holding the line. So I will go with a line of melee, or at least with Valley Mails. So I'll get 5 of those. And I'll back them up with... Actually, you know what? Maybe make it 4, because I'm going to back them up with 2 units of Welsh armoured swords as well. Just in case we need the swords. Since swords have missile block chance. I mean, what can I compare really? I mean, yeah, we do have a comparison. So yeah, so it looks like the swords have basically... The swords basically bring a bit more damage and a bit more... but for less armour. Okay, these guys are male. Basically, the swords are better for dealing damage. The spears are better for holding the line, is what I'm getting here. They also basically, yeah, they actually tie up more or less the same in morale, so we're going to be pretty good for morale. Morale, probably not something great for the longbows, but that's fine. Definitely not great for the Welsh javelins, and not really fantastic for the Welsh horses. So we best be careful with our light units, just to try and make sure they don't get in, you know, regrettable fights. I think I will use the 250 monies I have left as well, just to maybe give my swords a little bit of a pep up here. So I'm going to get them up to silver. And that actually just makes them a bit more skilled and a bit more holdy. So I think that'll work out quite nicely for myself. Mears, on the other hand, there they go. They've got a random army that we've randomly generated. So let's defend against the onslaught of Mears and see how it gets on. and remember to put to the sword those who disagree, says the Nordic proverb. And I will see you after this is loaded. So you join me on the battlefield, which is a little less foresty than I was expecting, but it's still quite foresty, many trees. And yeah, we find ourselves facing off against the Mears. And as you can see, they've got a nasty surprise in store. They've got themselves some artillery, so this could be interesting. And we are fighting against male Seaxes, some of which look like women from the back, but they actually are men due to the beardage and mustachios. They've also got some Marsha spears with the funny wicker chair armour again on. We've also got royal champions. Basically, we're fighting a lot of interesting things, especially like militia feared archers as well. But who cares about what they're bringing? I only care about what I'm bringing. So first things first, we've got the Royal Teulu leading my men. My guy might be a king after all. So we're going to have him deployed to back though, just for safety's sake. Last thing I need is my general to die prematurely. So he's going to be here at the back of the formation. If you want to know who the general is, I think he's the dude in the fancy green shirt today, carrying a big old staff. Or he might be someone else. I don't know. I think he might be the dude in the green shirt, but then again, he'd be suicidal with the lack of armour. No, he's one of these guys, and basically, I would do well for him to not die. Then, let's have a look at my main spears. So, these are the Mailed Valley Spears. Once more, we're playing with a lot of chainmail armour, but this is pretty much the best you had in this time period. I haven't really got around to the plates and the Bardishis and whatevers, or the Brigantes, or whatever you want to call them. Either way, oh, those well-sharpened swordsmen, they are a treat to look at, by the way. But yeah, this looks like a pretty solid line of men, which are going to be good for making a pretty solid line of defence. So we're going to spread them out a bit like so. I am wary that there is enemy artillery that is probably going to come and try and mash me. What would be beneficial is if the enemy does a Rome Total War and abandons their artillery, so that would be cool. As for the swords, I'm going to keep them back though, because I want them more like in a supporting role. I want them to pick and choose their engagements, but I do like the look of these guys. A little bit concerned about them not wearing helmets, even though he's like one of the best. Well, actually no, this was the middle unit, wasn't it? But I'm sure they'll do fine, just provided they don't get headshot by the archers. Javelins are going to be a little forward though. I'm going to put them here. So they're going to be right behind the spears doing their thing. I'm going to disable their skirmishing privileges as well, because I don't want them to run away. Not exactly the best looking guys. These are the best javelins we can afford, and to be honest, yeah, they look a little bit sucky. But at the same time, I'm sure they'll do the job right. I'm sure they're pretty capable of throwing a spear into the face of an enemy.
Let's go to war.
And that's my retinue bow infantry, also known as the longbows. I think first things first, who are called the Cymry, or the Curry. Yeah, they have pretty long bows, as you can see. Once more, not exactly the best armor in the world, but I guess it will do the job because they're not really designed for melee combat. We have access once more to flaming shot or standard shots, so I think for now we'll just pick to standard shots. We'll group them all up and get them ready for their, for their big day on the field. I'm sure these guys, once more, I'm pretty sure they'll do fine. I am putting them up front just because I do need them to be hitting quite early on. But I have to say their range is pretty impressive. So I may be able to just put them directly behind the spear line actually, and yeah, still pretty impressive. But you know what, just to try and get some hits out earlier, I am going to deploy these guys out a little bit further, and we'll try and have them run behind our lines before an engagement occurs. Now, I do have my horse as well, so the Welsh horses will make one formation here, my weaker formation. Oh, by the way, you can toggle mount, so you can actually dismount actually if you want to hit a spear unit. That. Wow, so I could just turn these guys into a spear unit if I need it. Wow, I like this. Right, that is. Oh, we could do loose spacing as well when under heavy fire, but it's actually very vulnerable to melee and to charge damage. I might benefit from loosening out my spears actually for the initial phase of battle, then try and tighten the formation as I get closer. Well, that's actually not an option. Shield castles, however, may be a better idea, just because the enemy does have missile superiority. So I think if we are going to dig in defensively, we're going to make some shield castles before... Combat's in your blood, right, good. But forward per shield castle before... Is it a shield castle, by the way? Yes. But I would recommend forming one, just because you know, there's a lot of missiles. We do well to try and protect ourselves from them. As for my Royal Uchelwyr, I'm going to put them over here, and by the way, I can't pronounce anything in Welsh, so if you're going to say I'm racist to the Welsh, then I am sorry, Welsh people. I have nothing against Wales. I think it is a lovely country. I've never even been there, but I would love to go to Wales at some point in my life. I might even go there when I'm on holiday in a few weeks. Anyway, you guys are set up and ready to go. You guys do look pretty magnificent, by the way, with your big old shields and that. I do love this idea, though, that I can just dismount units at a whim. That, I think, could be really useful. That's going to give me so much flexibility on the field. General, centre back, please. Right. We're dug in. We're ready to defend. Let's deal with this enemy as they come. Trying to invade my Welsh lands, are they? Well, we are going to put a stop to that because we are the Cymru. And I love the look of this shield castle. We've got the spears out. We are ready to take anything that comes to us head on. And the artillery is apparently pommeling us. Right, I don't like the sound of that. But we have a lot of angry West Country Englishmen in inbound. They're all from fucking Staffordshire or something like that. And yes, we are under artillery attack. And right, it's just targeting the longbows at the minute. I'm not exactly keen on them hitting the longbows, but they can do that for now. Guys, you got mailed horses inbound. Keep them busy for a little bit, please. Or try and part the ways, because, yeah. Actually, maybe it would have been a better idea if one of these guys dismounted and I turned them into a speed. For fuck's sake. That's me being clever. Right, what have we got incoming here? We've got a couple more scout horses. Oh, fuck. I put this back to front, really, didn't I? Right, you two should be able to be dispatched to horses. Right. Guys, I'd get behind our guys. Right, some of my longbows did rout. I might have been a little unwise in making them the front line. Either way, guys, keep that shield castle up because it is going to be so useful for trying to keep the enemy back. But yeah, we're losing cavalry on that flank. That isn't going too well for me. Right. What's going on over here? Right, we've got, what is this? Martial spears. Right, I don't want to be fighting spears. Get away from those spears, lads. You don't want to be fighting those guys. Right. We've got a lot of enemies now trying to hit this spear castle. I think for now it's going to hold us out, but they are going to try and smash into it as hard as they can. I think it might just hold us out though. Lads, you can deform your spear castles if you want, and just focus on fighting a good fight now. I'm going to try and get these swords to basically break around the flanks. So guys, are disforming their shield castles now. So you lot, get into those martial spears and keep them away because I don't want them hitting my cavalry. So I've already lost a load of cavalry. I've got a few more Teulu here. That's just my general. Right, longbows, counter volley against those fields. I think you can do that. Right, Teulu, you got Earl's horses inbound. I think you may be all right against them. You guys try and fight those mailed axes. Those guys are not going to be easy to deal with, but I think you guys can do it. So right. My Teulu is now fighting the enemy horses. I don't think that's going to end well, but we're going to try and do what we can. Javelins, they're doing what they can really, but it looks like they're... What's your... Oh, you can try and hit those several javelins. Give those several javelins a good old smash, please. There we go. They've got pretty big shields though, so they've got better javelins. But look at that, we're fucking annihilating them here. So right, get rid of them.
Run from the enemy. This is shameful.
It is very shameful. Right, Welsh swords, how are we doing here? Yeah, we're doing good against those spears. Looks like some of my cavalry did come back. Right. I don't like hitting spears, but can you try and get a hammer and anvil against them? Longbows, try and hit those feared archers. You know, lessen their missile support. Welsh swords, got some mailed axes trying to move around and cause trouble. You, get the hell out of that engagement because you're losing. I need to get you into a unit that's going to support you. Right, tell you what. You lot, get here. Rescue your prince, king, whatever. Right. That's a general gone, right? That isn't good at all, right? This is not going my way. And I actually still have normal bit difficulty, FYI, so definitely hasn't bullshitted the stats against me or, you know, in my favour. This is basically just me sucking now. But, oh well, maybe I'm just better on the offensive or better at just tricking the enemy. Because for now, I think I've just gone for a straight engagement and I haven't been very creative about it. My line is doing what they can, you know. I mean, even my skirmishers actually, you know, they're throwing themselves into the fight. So I'll give him a 10 out of 10 for effort. However, it may not be the best
The men have
effort
been
or
routed.
the most
They
appropriate
are
effort.
leaving the field.
Right, anyway, those guys are out of there, so I'm getting these guys back into a fight. You need to try and get here and do what you need to do. Ukelweir, let's get into a fight now. Let's get into a better fight. Longbows, try and bring down those Carol archers. You guys, bring down the Feared archers. I know I should hammer an anvil, but you know what? Get rid of all this missile support, clear it out, and then that's going to give us a better chance of victory. Longbows, you know what you're up to. Just keep hitting those guys as hard as you can.
This is shameful.
Who's running now? Who's running now? Right, we're losing our javelin. Alright, if we lose the javelins, that's not the end of the world. As long as the spears can hold the line, we should still be in with a chance of winning this battle. You know, it ain't over yet. Right, Ukelweir, what are we up to? You guys are hitting as hard as you can. Other Ukelweir, let's get you on the move. Get into these Marcher spears. I don't like you. Actually, no. Don't even bother hitting the Marcher spears. Dismount your horses. Get in there on foot. Let's, mungle them, as you said. That's gonna be my new favourite word now. Fucking mungle them. Just get in there and give them a bit of extra pressure. That is like, I guess it's kind of the last resort for cavalry. So it's be a right pain in the ass to remount your horse because some bastard's probably going to shoot your horse, so the horse is going to wander off now. But that has actually just turned that tide. We managed to get rid of the Serral spears. So Ukelweir, try. Actually, no, you've done it right. Find your horses, get back on them. Let's get ready for the next phase of this battle. You guys finish off those Serrals. They're trying to come back for another round. Don't let them have another round. Right. Rest of my cavalry, start playing around with the Feared archers. We might just have brought this one back now. It might just be coming back in my favour. Was a little bit wobbly at some points. Guys, don't just sit there and stare. Get in their backs, hit them as hard as you can, push them into a rout. No, you can do it. Drive the so-called attempting to be English out of what I'm one day going to call Wales. And we're being shot in the back by something. What? Bloody javelins. Still, looks like some of the enemies are now starting to be pushed into a rout. I don't know if that artillery is still in play, by the way. I think it's just not really trying anymore. Oh, brilliant. The general who was somewhere has passed away. Excellent.
The men have been routed. They are leaving the field.
Right, some of our men are staying in battle, right. Guys, keep taking down the Feared. What we lost over there? We lost something, right? I think they just escaped the battle, that's all. Right, longbows, where are we up to? Right, Ukelweir, I want to try and get a hammer and anvil. We need to free up the right flank now. It's still taking heavy damage. It's under heavy pressure. Guys, close the line. I want to hit those. Finish off this flank. Guys, finish off this flank now. Put maximum pressure on this unit of spears and we'll have won. You guys, get in there and hit. You guys, dismount and come and join the front. This is going to be a fucking tactic I'm going to start abusing at some point. Just like, this is just such an interesting way to play. Just dismount your horses, get them on foot, turn them into basically an effective spearman. This is like flexibility that is so good. Like, this is basically just a really good example of my men. I mean, obviously it's me using my initiative, but you know, the option that is there, it gives the impression that, you know, your men have initiative and they know what they're doing. Still managed to push this one into our favour at the end of the day. It was a little bit shaky when the Mias managed to hit our line and started to push bits of it out, but it looks like at the end of the day, our spears did a fantastic job of just holding the line, and now they're having a well-earned celebration. So well done, lads. Looks like we won this one at the end of the day. Go and enjoy some beer or something. And yeah, it was a close victory this time around. Death and dishonour is ours there today, but only by a single sword stroke. I will take that very heartily. Still, I think we have time for one more battle today. I mean, that was a shorter one, but I'm only going to do one more battle because time is getting on. It did take quite a while for this game to install. And as I say that, it actually took longer for my bloody graphics card to update. It was just like not having it today. Either way, the numbers do seem to be in my favour, though my losses were heavier this time, but I guess that's what happens when you're on defensive. But I'm still quite pleased overall, and I think that was actually, you know, a good way to try and get a nice little insight into how flexible cavalry can be. Anyway, let's finish this one off with... My god, there's a lot of things. You know, I've never done a naval battle in Total War before, by the way, but I'm saving that for whenever I do a Let's Play of Empire. We're going to do a city assault, so we're going to do a city. We're going to do unfortified, fortified, port town. We're going to just do a standard city town, so... Got a nice choice of towns. We've got Bebanberg. I'm not seeing a lot of love for Iberaken, though. I mean, I've got Earthoretheric, but... where's my love for fucking York here? I want to know that. But yeah, we could fight Earthoretheric if I wanted to. Or maybe we could fight a better town. We've got Tamworth Bridge. London. Could always just, you know, make it London Secretary. Wintanchester. Sausage is what I'm going to call that town. Aberefo, Northwich, Aberteffi, Difflin, Clanmacnoise, Dunpatrick, Babanberg, Dungalden, Dunpfeifer, Achillion, Dun, Bonas. Why am I going to a French accent? I don't know. Right, we're going to go for Difflin. Dublin, as it will one day be called, but we're going to go for Difflin. And we are going to assault the city today. Well, actually, no. Do I want to defend it? Because I want to be a Viking. Nah. We'll be another Viking. So we'll play the Norse, the generic Norse. And we're going to fight against Difflin. And we're going to try... Oh, Normans as well. I want to know what the Normans are. Are they... I mean, what are they? Norman... Ah, they're Normans! Looks like the Normans are coming to town after all. Ooh, ho, 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 ho. Flemish... Oh, wow. Ho, 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 ho. Are these guys playable in campaign? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ah, 2 of these guys don't turn up then in the campaign. I suspect it's the Normans and Norsemen. Oh my god, if a Normans invade, that is going to be so fun in the campaign. Right, tell you what. I'm going to go as Difflin. We're going to say some nasty little so-and-sos come and take us over. So we're going to say it's the Meader, the Mides, the Irish have taken over my town. And well, that's a little bit annoying, but we'll give them a randomly generated defensive army, so there they go. And as for me, we are going to set ourselves up a little siege party, provided we actually are fighting in Difflin. I assume we are assaulting Difflin, if Difflin even has walls, but do we have... I guess we have settings of some sort, but right, whether or not we end up assaulting the town, I do not know, but either way, I wanted to have a go as a Viking faction, so yeah. So let's start off with our defensive units. We have access to the Hearthguard, or we have access to the Huskarls. Basically, we both seem to have their pros and cons. Huskarls are pretty bad against missiles, though, so I'm going to go with Hearthguard because the enemy is likely going to put archers all over the walls, so that's me thinking ahead. Personally, if I'm going to use anything double-handed with an axe, I want to be very careful with it. Difflin, by the way, gets access to Eastman Warband, Eastman Spearband, Eastman Spears, Speared Herdmen, Spear Guards, Eastern Champions, Eastern Herdmans, Eastern Fighters, Eastman Marauders, Eastman Axemen, Long Axes, Eastman Axe Warriors, Great Axes, Eastman Mailed Axemans, Shield Biters. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Actually, good anti-army units. They're only tier 1. I'm going to put a few shield biters in it. I just like the sound of that. Also, berserkers. Ooh, I like that. I guess these guys have the ability to berserk. Yep, they can go berserk, which... Oh, wow. So that means they could just go all wrong. Right, I might not do them just this time. And also, Eastman Huskarls. These are going to be like the big damage dealers, as you can see. But, yeah. You know what? I'm going to get 2 Eastman Huskarls because they might be good for the big finish. I've also got access to levy javelins, kerns and wood kerns, mailed horses, Eastman horses, scouts and raiders. We actually have access to missile cavalry. Get me 1 unit of Eastman mailed horses because they may be useful for the streets. I think it's going to be mainly swords and axes really. So I've got a few shield biters. Get a couple of Eastman champions. Since they're going to be okay against missiles, so I'll tell you what, I'll go for 3 of those. I've got a little bit of money left to spend. Not really too keen on bringing too many archers, if I'm honest, but I might bring a couple. So if I bring 2 units of Eastman hunters, and then I'll use my last 1,000 to get maybe a few Eastman fighters or a few spears. Actually, just guess that, yeah, I should really get some archers. So I'll get 5 units of Eastman spears. They could just be like my generic dudes. Right, so that's going to be my army. I don't... Ah, here we go, equipment. I was going to say, where do I get my equipment to build up my things? So we can pick stuff like siege towers, medium, heavy, heavies. I'll just play it medium today. I assume this will work out in my favour. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to go for 3 siege towers to get my swords up there. Or even better yet, get my axes in there. They're a nice hard-hitting offensive unit. And get a ramming to try and get the gate where I can flood through some spears or swords, as well as my cavalry. I think that'll work out. If it doesn't work out, then I'll just basically work out I've been a bit stupid, but we'll see how this plays. Mida already have their randomly generated army ready, so let's just go into this battle and see if we can retake Dyfflin from some Irish people who moved in when I was out raiding. So, welcome to Dyfflin, one day to be known as Dublin. And as you can see, it's a pretty pleasant town. It's got its watchtowers first set up, it's got its gatehouses, and we've got a fight for the hill. That's where the final thing, and yeah, if we had brought boats, we could have landed them on the beach or something, but we're not really going to do that. I'm saving my boat virginity for when I do my Empire campaign in the future. So I may as well see where naval combat started out in this quaint series of games. Still, the goal of this battle, it seems, is we need to capture this point here in order to take victory. So we do, by the way, I haven't really done this kind of siege before. You know, I have played a few sieges on Warhammer, as you've seen, but to be honest, we usually just win by eliminating all the defenders. But basically, if we basically start taking these victory points, the enemy begins to basically bleed tickets. So if they lose all 150 points, so you know we're playing Battlefield 3 now. Basically they start to lose out, and that's where it all goes wrong for them. We've also got gatehouses, so I assume if I just take gates, then I can use them for my own ends. But basically, if we can hold both the marketplace and the big old house on the hill, we'll win the battle. Still, it looks like it's a pretty simple way to the marketplace. We can assault this gate here. It's basically just a straight up shot up the street. There is a barricade in place, however, to try and slow me down. So we may need to take an alternative route through this street and this street here, where it's more like it's going to be higher troop deployments, but we can deal with that. I have to say, this is a really lovely detailed map, by the way. I mean, you know, we've got all the outlying shit here before we make our way in, you know, into a big city on the hill. Anyway, let's get ourselves into a formation and get ourselves ready to play our games. So, I'm just going to chuck us... My god, this is a fucking huge map, by the way. I was thinking to myself, I wonder if this game would have as big battle maps as like Rome siege maps, because, you know, you got like loads of land between, like, you know, the city and the end of the map. But wow, this is just like freaking huge. It's amazing. Anyway, we need to get some units set up on the equipment. So shield biters are taking the siege towers because they should be a nice hard hitting offensive unit for our purposes. So as you can see, we've got one unit ready to go. So we're going to basically try and focus our attack on controlling this gate here in order to make a run for the marketplace. That is my strategy for today. So we're going to hit either side of a wall. You guys don't take that, by the way. You guys are going to have, you know, let the other shield biters have the last remaining siege tower, which is somewhere over here now. So you guys take this tower and try and put some pressure on these walls. You know, I've got basically try and put as much pressure as possible on. And these guys were chosen by Odin, by the way. Odin always makes his best choices. Right, you Huskarls as well, just drop those. Huskarls are going to join the battle, but we're going to put you here for now, and you're going to await further orders from myself before we can basically, you know, do the thing that we're going to do. So, make your formation, await further orders. Right, swords, I want you here. You're going to be basically going to go through the gates, so at the walls. You're going to be sort of like my flexible unit, just to wait further orders. And these guys do look fantastic once more. Lovely Viking spears. I didn't even really have a look at our shield biters, but yeah, they look cool. I don't see many bite marks in the shields though, but okay. And these are my Eastman spears, pretty just generic levy dudes. Pretty much look like they're fit for their purpose, but once more, they just look absolutely fantastic. So, spears, I want you all lining up and getting ready for marching in. Or at least 4 of you will. So let's just get you like this. And then this unit here, you are going to be pulled onto using the battering ram, which I left way over here. But you guys are going to be making an attempt on the wall. Archers, I'm going to have you wait in reserve, because what I want is once we have a foothold in the city, I want you guys to move in and basically try and find areas where we can start maybe raining a few volleys on defenders who aren't quite in the fight yet. As you can see, we're in their lovely hunting hoods and all that, so they look nice. So group you up once more. And then, yeah, last but not least, my scout cavalry, you can just wait further orders as well. I'm not sure how much involvement you guys are going to have in the battle, but, you know, I'm going to have uses for you. And as for the general, he's somewhere. He's actually way over here. The Hearthguard, you're the last in the city, just because I know you guys are like the strongest, but obviously a dead general does not really do a lot for me, so, but you have, oh, yeah, the Hearthguard look very ready to guard my general, who is, once more, one of these dudes. I'll say he's this guy here with a lovely beard, lovely blonde beard, right. Anyway, let's get in and have ourselves a lovely little siege. So the enemy has deployed all over the walls, as I have predicted, because, well, why wouldn't you? So we're going to have the shield biters do what they can to bring that wall down. Gatehouse does have oil, by the way, so that might be a bit of an issue. Either way, I mean, someone may say, why don't I bring missile support in? What? Why is the enemy? I'm the one approaching. What I'm a little concerned about is, I'm going to bring this map zoomed in a bit more, by the way. Whee! Just so I can see a little further up. Do I really need? Nah, just leave it like that for now. What my concern is basically, oh yeah, tactical map as well. My concern is the archers are going to have such a hard time just hitting anything on the wall. I mean, I know we can just volley straight up, but I think for now, their ammo is going to be better used later on in the battle. Now, those towers are doing everything they can to bring my guys down. Some of the shield biters are suffering initial attrition, but I think we'll live for now. Still, we've got Kern swords guarding, as well as a unit of surf archers. I don't think those guys are going to be the best in the world, but they do have fantastic mustaches. Eirik Warband, those guys look a little harder. They're gonna, well, actually, we're only tier 1, but those guys may take a few hits, but I'm gonna trust my shield biters to really bring them down. And it looks like as well, they do have units defending the gates, but it's just units of spear raiders. I think my spearmen should be easily able to overwhelm. Either way, once this gate looks like it's coming down, we're going to get in. But it looks like the enemy's actually pulling back, which is a little curious. Either way, actually, fighting the wall seems a bit odd because it's actually just an embankment, really. So this could be interesting because we might be quite open to attacks on the flanks and other sides here. Either way, I think it may be a good idea to bring in what's left of, well, what's not left of my spears, but the rest of my spears. Because we are about to start hitting the wall, and I think we may need to get a few units on those towers, so I'm going to have these guys, you know, in reserve and ready. But either way, we are just flooding out of the towers now. We're smashing up some of those enemies, so we're doing a great job here. Guys, don't let those guys get a single volley out on you, but they might get one volley. Right, they've got one volley out on you. Either way. Oh, hello there, little doggy ogs. Right, this was going to turn up the hooks, right. Guys, try and do what you can against the dogs. Yeah. Fuck. Should have brought some bony hairs. Right, we are starting to bring down the gate, or we were. Right, we actually get it up. Right. Guys, waste no time. Get in there. Start hitting the enemy. Just get in there. Start doing what you can. I'm going to bring in the rest of the spears now. They are all... Oh, that was the oil. Oh, dear. Ugh, it smells like shit. Right, doesn't really... I don't have one of those fancy computers that can do the smelling thing. Right, how are we doing over here? Right, we've broken that unit up. That's fantastic. Right, Difflin axes. Let's... Oh, shield biter. I just love that. It just sounds like... Oh, wait. Oh, fuck, they're berserk. Ah, shield biter's berserk. Right, oh dear. That's a problem then. Well, problem in that I can't micromanage them anymore. I mean, it's fine that they can do what they want, but at the same time... Oh, they're out of... Right, I think all my spears have gone a bit wonky woo. Right. That is something I should have planned for. I should have bothered reading in the unit description. Right, spears, get in this city now. I'm gonna bring in the swords to help you out, but this could be our first battle that we actually lose.
Entire unit has perished.
That's not good, right? Archers, I'm gonna try and get you in and try and volley. And yeah, that oil is just not doing anyone any good right now. We need to get control of this gate. Right, swords. You need to start getting in there and get ready. When we next go to this gate, we're gonna fucking run, by the way, just because I can't be having my units getting fucking smattered by oil. I'll put this in slow motion as well, just have a little look around and see what's going on. Let's get some visuals going on. So we've got these guys running around like bloody idiots. Looks like I am all out of shield biters now, so in one way there may be a bit more of a fire and forget unit, but there may also be a unit that actually needs heavy micromanagement due to their berserking tendencies. Should have really expected that out of a Viking. They do get a bit too into their fighting, but yeah. That oil is bloody deadly, and we need to definitely try and find a way of getting over that. Guys, just because there's so many units, I'm going to authorize you to use some fire arrows to try and bring down those horse boys. But what I'm really asking is really just for a general volley in the area, if you get what I mean. Anyway, first few fire arrows are going out. Let's just watch them just, you know, fly in slow motion. Boom. We actually didn't hit a sodding... Well, actually, no, that guy went down. He didn't catch fire, though. That's one mark down for this game, because there's nothing funnier than in Rome Total War when you watch an entire unit just fucking burn to a crisp when you've killed them with fire arrows. Just try and target your arrows a little... Oh, wait, those aren't mine. Wait, no. The Fianna bands actually are the enemies. They've actually made a shield castle, so they're not even worth our time. Try and hit the Fianna bands or something. Just basically try and avoid hitting in this area, because I know while it may be an idea to smash this little big old crush that we've got on going here, on the other hand, I don't want to be setting my own men on fire and then causing them to rout. Anyway, this battle for the gate is not going in my favour, but you know what?
They are leaving the field.
We've got perfectly good siege towers sitting here doing nothing. Use those towers to get into the city. So get up there, use the towers. Let's not use the gate because that's just suicide, and we've also lost the gate. So oh no, don't run into a grey gook. Oh, these guys are right. Eastern champions aren't exactly champions in thinking ahead, by the way, but okay. I thought I told. Well, I guess I tried to tell them to use that, but yeah. Guys. Oh wait, can we not use a siege tower? Guys, can we just use the siege tower instead? No? Alright, we just want to use the gate today. Okie dokie. Right. Guys, what we've got left here, we've got more spears, right. I don't really want to make you run through that because that's just, yeah, that's just going to happen again. I'm just going to watch all my men die. Is there no way to tell you to use the towers, or is that just not an option anymore? Either way, right. Just try and do what you can. Right, archers, how are we doing? We're getting a few more shots out. We are trying to hit what we can. Not really sure if we're making too much of an effect, but we can try and just push something into a route. It might work out for us. What's this little house icon, by the way? Settlement damage, right? I'm assuming then that just means... I think, actually, I remember watching this as a tiller. It's like the more damage you do to a settlement, the enemy starts to take big morale powers because you're watching all that shit get burned. Yeah, I think I'm pretty satisfied to say at this point I am probably not going to win this battle. I haven't even brought in the Huskarls yet, though. Huskarls, if you want to have a go at it, maybe bring in the Hearthguard as well. But at the same time, I don't trust people to basically not use the fucking gates because... yeah, the gates do not really do a lot of good for us. So we are routing a few units out, so it may start to push into my favour. Still somewhat half and half, but my losses are really heavy at this point, so I don't really see this one going my way, but, you know, got a lot of fighting, and this fighting's all, like, really cool, but you know what, I do really kind of wish, like, we did have, like, some sort of insane blood pack on or something just to, you know... I mean, that's like saying I'm like a really ultra-violent person, but I loves me my bloods. Right, guys, if you want to get back in this fight, could we... Is there a way to, like, maybe tell you to use smarter ways of accessing the city? Like, could we all rock up at this siege tower and maybe use that as our way in or something? Because that would basically stop us from all getting killed as we try to enter the city, you know what I mean? Still... I am very happy to see that the enemy are still taking quite a rollicking. Enemy have actually taken heavy losses as well, but my losses are far heavier. So either way, this is not particularly going in my favour, but my men are doing what they can to try and push into this gate. But yeah, I think this time it may not be going for me, which is a shame. But I guess you can't have everything in life sometimes. Yeah, it's just fun to watch things happen. Maybe I'm just not a very good Viking as well. And oh look, the tree's on fire. That's a shame. It's nice to watch that tree burn. It's actually burning up nice and smoky. Archers still doing what they can as well, just to try and break up some of that enemy morale. A few of the shots are getting across at least, so you know, we are doing what we can to try and bring down their morale. But actually, yeah, we still get that nice little morale breakdown as well. So yeah, they're losing morale just because they're being targeted by fire projectiles. So you know that doesn't do them any good. Right, guys, who I just saw blow something up. Right, can we use the siege tower to access the city, or are we going to be idiots and use the gates? I think the way they're running speaks for itself. Guys, come on. This siege tower is just sat here with ladders begging to be used, and fine. Oh wait. Ah, they're using them. Yay! Right, guys. Use. No. Oh, you guys are fucking plant. No, guys, no. Right, if it's one unit at a time, that's fine. But either way, I want you lot to, by the way, make a shield castle just to... You make a shield castle just to wait it out. But yeah, if we could try and use these towers, it's going to save us so many casualties, isn't it? Because what's going to happen? We're just going to fucking start losing more men through the bloody oil on that gate, aren't we? Yeah, it's a bit hard to predict where your men are going to go, really. I probably should have planned that one out a little bit better, right? Archers are running out of ammo, so... You guys are actually routing, and I don't really blame them because there isn't really a lot they can do anyway. Right, these Huskars are just about all out and ready. I wonder if we could try and sneak off to the marketplace actually, or even, you know what? Yeah, guys, let's not bother with the gate anymore. I've got a better idea. Let's sneak around. The enemies are concentrating their defences all in one place. If they aren't going to bounce out their defences, then we are going to bring them down. Oh, no, guys, don't use the bloody gates. Come on. That thing's just going to leak oil everywhere, and then you know what's going to happen, aren't you? We're going to die. Right, so, right. I guess it's just one unit at a time, which is a little bit frustrating as well. Oh dear, that's on fire as well. Oh dear, we started a fire, or someone started a fire. It was probably me, actually. Right, this arrow fire is not helping our case. Right, guys, up the tower, please. Please. I think they know what they're up to now. There we go. Right, allow battle to commence and just get up there. Right, I'll wait for these guys just to start getting their way up, but yeah, this is going to work nicely. We're going to move up and we are going to take that from right under their nose, so keep moving up. This is bloody tactical cunning now. They are probably going to follow us, so we need one unit to try and distract them, but it might just work. Cavalry, do you want to come in and just provide one? I mean, because at this point I don't really have a lot to lose. Or even better yet, head over there, dismount, and then we'll use you as an infantry unit for this battle. That may be a little wiser. Right, Hearthguard, I want you to start making your way up now as well. Last thing I need it for you is to randomly die in battle, but could you please just try and get yourselves up there if you are permitted to. I think it's when this cursor goes square they're allowed to, or whatever. Guys, Hearthguard, you listening to me? Guards for Hearth? Oh, maybe I have to wait for these guys. Guys, can we focus on trying to get ourselves up and into the city? Because these guys are doing a fantastic job of sneaking around, and this is like a very, very cunning plan by ourselves. But it looks like the enemy is getting ready to try and stop us. They're going to very quickly catch on to what I'm up to. So, yeah. Right, you lot, off your horses and up that wall, please. I know your numbers aren't fantastic, but I'm going to trust you to do this one. So, get yourselves up there, lads. Right. And no. I thought I'd finally got through to you to use the friggin' tower and not the gate where you're going to just get killed by boiling oil, aren't you? Right. This unit of Huskars. Frig. Right, you know what? The horsemen are going to be a distraction because yeah, the enemy's pulling off to go and deal with them. Hearthguard, up this now. And use the tower. For God's sakes, use the tower, please. Don't just wander off to the gate again. Come on. Guys, we're listening today? Come on. Up we go. Thank you. Right,
It's a
excellent.
rout. Our warriors flee the battle.
Yeah, losing more men, but that isn't really too surprising. Right, right, what have we got up here? So yeah, my mailed horses have managed to make their way up. Just now, they're just mailed men, but
Flee before our
they are doing alright against those wood kerns, and looks like we managed to push the unit into rout, so looks like we may still have this one. And actually, we have just made it up to the chieftain's hut now, so we are going to hold that position with all our might, and we're going to hold that for as long as we can. If we can capture it, then this will be perfect for us. I'm guessing that, yeah, I think that flag's sinking, isn't it? So, once that's down, that'll be
An
ours,
entire
right?
unit has perished.
Huskarls, keep making your way up. We've got to take this gatehouse, and we've got to hold it out for as long as we can. Hearthguard, where are we up to? We are now making our way onto here as fast as we can. We're also going to try and make our way up, but the enemy is now en route to basically put an end to my little plan. So we obviously, I'm not going to basically, you know, fucking ninja the city or something, but it was worth a try because, yeah, it was my last desperate attempt really. As you can see, we are starting to capture it. And yeah, the Huskarls are not going to do well here, but they could do what they can against the household riders. You know, we still do pack a massive hit, so these guys may not do too well. I mean, the horse is being, you know, they're less mobile. Maybe these are a mobile dependent horse because, you know, their armour is pretty light, so our axes probably could crack through them quite quickly, you know. I think an axe would be a pretty quick way to behead a horse as well and bring them down forever. But as it stands, yeah,
The
they didn't
battle
last.
is no longer in our favour.
I think we worked that one out a very long time ago. I think at this point, the best we could do is just try and fight for survival.
Our men have rallied.
Some men have rallied, so good, right. But you are about to get hit again, so try and do what you can. But, yeah, looks like this time, I think we've been kicked out of Difflin for good. Oh well, we'll just have to make a new plan and come back another day. It looks like for now, the city is no longer ours, but you know what, I tried, but I think I'm going to need some practice with besieging on this game. That is a definite, but hey, at least we burned down one entire house into nice, lovely cinders, so I did my part. Some men are rallying as well, so you know, it's going to be a bit back and forth at this point, but I think I am going to declare that my defeat of the day. I guess my winning streak isn't going to last forever, guys. Yeah. A valiant defeat, however. The enemy have won, but it cost them dearly. They're dead lit of the field, allegedly. Yeah, if I'm honest, I don't think I did very well in that one, but oh well. I'll take these battle results anyway, you know, because we actually did kill quite a lot of their defense. You know, nearly 1,000 of them went down-ish. So yeah, actually 1,000 of them did die, but I didn't kill them all. Must have been about a hell of a lot of friendly fire going on the monster men, which is a bit odd. But yeah, you know what? Some of my guys did put in an effort. You know, one of my Huskarls did bring in 100 kills, but yeah, that wasn't my battle. But you know what? Hey, that's where we're going to call it anyway. So that are my first impressions on Thrones of Britannia. What do I think? Good game, really. I think there's going to be a lot of fun here. I mean, it is a smaller, snackier Total War, but you know what? I think there's enough variation here to have quite a lot of fun. I know there's a lot going on with these campaigns, as you can see. We'll have a quick look. So you know, we've got the English kingdoms with the West Seax, the Welsh with Gwynedd and Stratcult with Mr. Run with a big toffee hat. Gaelics, we've got the Cernes, the Medes with Mr. Flan, Great Viking armies, the East Angles, the Northumbrians, and the Viking Sea Kings with Difflin and Suderia. So, yeah. Still, that is where I'm going to call it a day. Oh, yeah. Obviously, we can't forget Mius. But yeah, that is where we are going to call it a day. So, yeah, fun game. Pick it up if you want, because I'd say so. There's probably a lot to do in the campaign, which we will look at in the future. And that's really it. Battles are fun. I'd say my only complaint is maybe some of the UI could be a little better. I think compared to past one. Oh my god, there's a grayed out DLC button. Fuck's sakes, yeah. Yeah. I think there could be a little bit more tweaking done with the UI, if I'm brutally honest. But I think once more, I am comparing it to previous Total War games. But I think really on the battle map, I think really it could be a little bit more clear. I think we could really maybe go back with the traditional banners, or just maybe something a bit more clear, because overall I think it's just a little harder for micromanagement there. Whereas like the bans in Warhammer 2 made my micromanagement so much easier, and hell, even the Rome ones were easier just because they were big, sticky out, and easy to click on. But really, that's just me maybe being a bit petty. But you know what? Fun game. Pick it up, because I think you'll have a lot of fun, especially if you're into this period of history. I know I am. I come from a town that was not founded by Vikings, but we did rock up for a while under the Danelaw. And yeah, so on and so forth. So that's all I have to say. Pick it up, have some fun, keep pillaging, keep burning, and I'll see you all on the next video I upload, which will be probably the beginning of the end of Total War, or Rome Total War, because next week I am off work, so it is a full 7 or maybe 10 days actually. Yeah, it's going to actually be 10 days of Total War, running from Friday the 11th all the way through to the next Sunday, or the Sunday after the first Sunday, or whatever you want to call it. Basically, look, there's a hell of a lot of Rome Total War coming out. Potentially the end of the Carthage campaign. So after that, we'll be moving on to Medieval 2, like I keep saying. But you never know, once we've done that, maybe I'll move on to Thrones of Britannia or something else. I don't know, I might mix it up, I might throw it around, either way. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you all another day. Have a lovely evening, my friends.